I'm upset. That whole scene just got me mad heated. I'm big angry right now. One second. I need a drink. I need a drink. I'm pissed. Oh, that irritates me. Oh, ooh. I knew it was coming too. I knew it. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna paint the elder three siblings to look like jackasses and not, give Rosa some, some kind of negative trait. Yeah, it's that specifically that just really grinds my fucking gears. All right, I need to calm down. I'm serious. That shit legitimately fucking pisses me off. Okay. Kinzo noticed the sound of the raindrops beating on the window. It seemed to be pouring down thickly. It had begun to rain later than the weather report had predicted. Kinzo approached the window as if being summoned by the sound of the rain. The sound of rain is a sound of silence. That sound feels quieter than any silence, and makes humans remember that, in the end, they are alone from the moment they're born to the moment they die. "You're late, Beatrice." Were those words directed at the rainy sky? There was no one to be seen in the direction of Kinzo's gaze. "Well then, let us begin. Let us begin our banquet of miracles. This island has now been cut off from the world. Now there are none who can interrupt my ceremony. There are many fitting sacrifices for you." Yeah, don't they need 11 total? Wasn't that the thing in the epitaph? So if we think about it, I just want to run through it. We have the 4 children, Kinzo's 4 children. 3 of them have spouses, so that's 7. There's Kinzo himself would make 8, because like they didn't specify whether the person in the key holder was part of the sacrifices or not. And I don't even know if he's the key holder, but regardless, he's someone else here on the island. So we're at 8. We have the servants, Genji, older lady, Goda, Kanan, Shannon. So that brings us up to 13. And that's not even counting the cousins. Badler, George, Jessica, Maria. That's 17. Jeez, are there really 17 people here? Christ. So yeah, no, there's enough. There's enough for the adequate number of sacrifices. 4 of my children. 3 of their companions. 4 of my grandchildren. Me and my guests and my servants. Okay, yep. I did all the math just for him to be like, here's the math. You may devour as many as you please. The key of fate will select the sacrifices in accordance with the demon's roulette. If that roulette chooses me, even I will become your sacrifice. However, because of that, because I will bet on such madness, I will most assuredly bring forth a grand miracle. Come, devour to your heart's content. I will achieve victory over that roulette. Yes, I'll put everything on the line. First, I'll return the inheritance of the Urshiromiya family. Accept it. Kinzo tore the window open, ripped a golden ring off his finger, and forcefully threw it away. At that time, the sound of thunder rang out, giving the illusion that the lightning had accepted the ring. And, when you are resurrected, surely I will be the one who stands witness. I will survive until the end, and watch over you as you awaken. So come, Beatrice. Welcome to my banquet. In exchange for all that I have created, show me another miracle just this once. Oh, Beatrice. Okay. So now it's just about to get real, huh? 6 o'clock, huh? Is people about to start dying? Huh? Is that what's going down? Alright. Alright. Let's go. A news ticker popped up on TV, on top of the TV program we were watching. The disaster report told how many how municipalities all over were continually sending out rain, flood, and wave warnings. Of course, the raindrops beating harshly on the window were even more convincing. This rain's incredible. Still, when it's raining this hard, it also feels like it might stop at any moment. You wish. They said the typhoon's moving slow, so it might be like this all day tomorrow. And even a little bad weather stops the boats from coming. It looks like we won't be able to head out on Sunday after all. Wow, who would have seen that coming? Just in case, I cleared all outside business for my Monday schedule, and I'm glad I did. Which means, looks like we'll get to skip school Monday. Living on an island's starting to sound pretty good. Come to think of it, Jessica, you've got to take a boat to school every day, don't you? But what do you do when the boat stops running? Do you stay home when it rains and show up late when the wind's blowing like King Kamehameha? If the boats don't come, I stay home. Still, it's not as good as it sounds. Usually I'm ordered to study by myself, and it's not that fun when someone's standing right behind you watching everything you do. During the rainy season, does the weather ever stay bad for a long time? And make you miss a bunch of days in a row? That does happen sometimes. Still, I'd get a call from my homeroom teacher every single day who would thoroughly guide me on how I should teach myself and what I had to turn in. She can't skip school as easily as you're imagining, Badler-kun. She's got to follow the rules for people that travel to school by boat and get a good amount of studying done. It'd actually be easier to just go to school. In my own room, I get distracted and can't concentrate. Oh, same. After being made to do nothing but workbooks for several days straight, it's pretty hard to handle all that mental stress. When I get into college, I really just want to go to some dorm and quickly say goodbye to this inconvenient island. Okay. By the way, what do you do when the weather's good in the morning, but then gets so bad on your way home that the boats are closed? Do you spend the night at school? That actually happens a lot. Because of that, they've built some lodgings there for people who can't get back to the island they live on. And that's where you'd spend the night. Sometimes when it gets really bad, you can't get back home for a few days at a time. Someone commuting to school or work on a train packed to twice its capacity might carelessly think that commuting by boat would be pretty interesting and fun. And it sounds like it comes with the troubles of its own. You hear a thoughtless tourist saying stuff like that all the time. I've had enough of island life. I really want to just graduate high school and say goodbye to this island. But there are all dorm schools even for high school, right? Why did you choose that Nijima school of all places? I wanted to go to one of those from the beginning. But Mom's always going on about how I need to learn manners and discipline as a successor. So I ended up sticking close to home even for high school. Man, I hate this island. I just want to go live in a city. I don't care if rain or even spears fall from the sky, as long as I can move to a city where I can wear casual clothes and sandals, and can get to a convenience store in less than 5 minutes. Hold out just a little longer. Just a bit more and you'll graduate high school, right? I can't wait a little longer. Jessica stretched out and reclined in the sofa. Maybe it was a bad time slot because there weren't any interesting programs on, and we had nothing to do but languidly kill time until we were called for dinner. After that episode, Maria never returned to the cousin room after all. Aunt Rosa probably took her back to the mansion. Oh no, she's still out in the rose garden, isn't she? And it'd be pretty boring for Maria, all by herself, while the adults had a confusing conversation. We thought we might as well head over to the mansion to see her, but the weather really was awful. And since there wasn't much time until dinner, we stayed where we were. At that time, we heard the sound of a humble knock. Jessica answered. Yes? The preparations for dinner are complete. Please come to the mansion. It was Canon-kun's voice. Did he go to all the trouble of coming from the mansion in this rain just to get us? Couldn't he have just called us on the telephone? Well, I guess servants at work don't always get to take the most efficient route. Just when I was getting hungry. Let's go. George Aniki turned off the television and stood up. My stomach's been growling for a while. I've always been a huge fan of the main family's dinners. And didn't Goda-san say it was calf steak or something? Ugh, can't wait. Our dinners are always even more fabulous than usual when the family conference comes around. Even I'm looking forward to it. Let's go, let's go. As we left the room, Kanon-kun bowed silently and respectfully. Okay, let's go. Is the rain pretty nasty out there? Yes. Take care not to get your garments wet. After seeing the three of us out, Kanon-kun peered into the empty room. Wasn't Maria-sama with you? No, she's not. Wasn't she with Aunt Rosa? Oh. No. Rosa was lying on a sofa in the empty parlor, having fallen asleep before she knew it. She was bearing a burden that the children couldn't even imagine. That's why she only needed to let her guard down a little, before the weariness immediately dragged her into the world of sleep. Realizing this, Genji brought a blanket over to her. When he tried to spread it over her, her eyes snapped open, as though she'd been shocked with electricity. Ah! Thank you, Genji-san. When she realized that the thing that had touched her was just a blanket, and that Genji had been considerately giving it to her, she let out a sigh of relief. Did I wake you? My sincere apologies. No, it's okay. I hadn't planned on sleeping in the first place. What time is it now? When he was asked for the time, Genji checked a pocket watch that he took out of his chest pocket. It is slightly after 6. Rosa gave her head a little shake when she realized that not much time had actually passed, even though it felt like she slept for ages. Even though she didn't feel rested at all, the drowsiness that enveloped her must have been pretty deep. Thank you. I'll be fine without the blanket. I mustn't sleep at such a strange time. My sense of time has been completely thrown off. The rain has finally started pouring down in earnest, hasn't it? Rosa finally realized that the peaceful sound that had put her to sleep was actually the rain. The wind's blowing hard, too. I wonder if the typhoon's finally here. That's what they said on TV. The typhoon is moving slowly, so they think it'll be like this all day tomorrow. Really? So our last chance to see that wonderful rose garden must have already passed by. From the window, what she could see of the rose garden was completely blurred by the wind and the rain. Maria. That's right, what about Maria? I have not seen her. Did she not return to the guest house? Rosa knew her daughter's nature well, so a chill ran down her spine. No. Maria was stubbornly honest. If she was ordered to find something that didn't exist, she would look forever and ever. Even in pouring rain. No. The cousins left before I did, so Maria was alone. Unless someone told her to stop, she'd stay there even if it started raining spears. Without even opening an umbrella. Nah, how could I have lost control of my emotions and done such a thing? Even though she'd known about Maria's simple honesty better than anyone, she once again lost control of her emotions and done something terrible. Maria! Rosa pushed Genji away and ran down the hall. Fuck. The outside really looked like a typhoon, and the rain was pouring down spectacularly. Maybe because of some aspect of the terrain, the winds weren't typhoon class, so an umbrella wouldn't be torn out of one's hands. Even so, it certainly was a windy rain. There was no time to admire the roses being drenched. Anyway, getting pretty worried about Maria. You don't think she's still rebelliously searching for that rose alone, do you? I wonder. Surely she wouldn't do it in this rain. Or, at least I wish I could believe that, but Maria-chan sometimes gets really stubborn and intensely straightforward. We hadn't worried much, thinking that Aunt Rosa had taken her back to the mansion. However, when Kanon-kun had come from the mansion to call us and thought Maria was here, we got a little worried. I did not see her in the mansion, so I was sure she was here. After all, Rosa-sama was taking a nap. You didn't see her on your way over here? My apologies. I opened my umbrella and ran as fast as I could, so I did not pay much attention. If we had cut through the rose garden, taking the shortest line between the mansion and the guest house, they would have just barely missed the place where Maria had been looking for a rose. It was raining this hard, too. It certainly would have been possible for Kanon-kun to fail to notice her. Instead of arguing around here, it'd be faster to just check it out directly. Aniki, why don't we race over there? Oh, do you think you can beat me now that you've been growing for 6 years? Okay, let's settle this. Go! George, Aniki, and I flew out into the rain. Jessica and Kanon-kun followed us. Maria? If you're there, answer me! Maria! It's Aunt Rosa. Hey, Aunt Rosa! When George Aniki called back, Aunt Rosa jumped at him and grabbed onto him. Where's Maria? Isn't she with you? No, we didn't meet with Maria-chan after that. Maria, 6 years ago, Maria was 3 years old. She was a cute and pure kid who'd just accept whatever anyone said. But 6 years have passed since then. She's 9 now and experiencing the ups and downs of life should have taught her something. But Maria, are you telling me you're still as innocent and pure as you used to be? Maria! As I circled the rose bed, something white unexpectedly turned to face me. It was a white umbrella. Maria was crouching down, holding a white umbrella, and still searching for that rose. Her face, which had turned bright red from crying her eyes out, was dirty with water and mud. It was a truly pitiful sight. Maria, are you still looking?
Can't find it. Can't find my rose.
Maria had probably been here since the rain started pouring down. Her shoulders were freezing. She looked tired to the bone, but fortunately, since she was holding an umbrella, she wasn't completely soaked. The umbrella probably came from the handbag Maria always carried around. Thank goodness. Seriously, thank goodness. Ballercoon! Thank goodness you found her.
Maria!
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Aunt Rosa threw her umbrella aside and hugged Maria.
It's not here. My rose isn't here.
I'll look for it with you later, okay? So just put it on hold for today, okay?
Put it on hold for today.
It looked like Maria still wasn't able to accept it, but she no longer had enough energy left to resist. Jessica and Kanon-kun caught up with us. I'll have a towel ready in the mansion immediately. Maria, were you here this whole time? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being such a bad mother. Aunt Rosa, why don't we head back to the mansion for the time being? If we stay here, Maria will catch a cold. You right? Maria, let's go. If we don't get you cleaned up, your grandfather will be mad.
Hungry.
It's already time to eat. You did a good job holding out, Maria. Once the weather gets better, we'll all go search together. We couldn't stay in the rain forever. We took Maria with us as we headed back to the mansion. Maria apparently wasn't as worn out as we thought. When she remembered we were having calf steak for dinner, she started chanting, I'm hungry, ooh, ooh, and returned to her usual spirited self. Aunt Rosa didn't chide Maria for saying ooh, ooh. I see. So she had an umbrella on her. Maria sure is good at packing the right stuff.
I didn't bring an umbrella.
What? Then how'd you get that white umbrella you're holding?
I borrowed it.
Some caring person must have brought her an umbrella. A normal kid would look for shelter once it started raining, but Maria was too stubborn to give up so easily. So maybe that caring person gave up on telling Maria to find shelter and then decided to at least give her an umbrella. I see. I'll have to thank that person. Who was it?
Beatrice.
The name Maria cheerfully mentioned was that of the island's witch. Oh ho ho. Rosa took a deep breath and asked again, trying to do so in a way that wouldn't damage Maria's good mood. Really, that's wonderful. So, who was it? Who brought you that umbrella?
Beatrice.
Maria immediately realized that her mother didn't believe her and started crying out unhappily again. So Rosa stopped pursuing the subject. It'd probably be faster to ask whoever left Maria the umbrella during dinner, rather than ask Maria herself. Oh, but it was Beatrice, wasn't it? Father, please just join us for dinner. It wouldn't be a family conference otherwise. Along with a dull pounding on the door, the sound of Krause's entreaty could be heard. However, that voice seemed to be resigned to the fact that nothing it said would be heard. Ginzo-san, why don't you at least come out for dinner? All your children have gathered here to see your face, haven't they? Silence, Nanjo. So the bishop won't work. One move too short. Apparently Ginzo was completely focused on the final battle of his long-lasting chess match with Nanjo. Ginzo's brow was wrinkled as he continued to glare at the game board through his spectacles. Krause's voice didn't reach his ears. Ginzo-san, I'm hungry myself. Why don't we go down and eat? Go by yourself if that's what you want. Let me consider this next move for a little longer. We are going to finish it tonight. Otherwise, it's doubtful we'll finish before the world ends. Nanjo rose from his seat, hoping this would prompt Ginzo to do the same, but Kinzo's eyes never left the chessboard. He knew well that Kinzo always displayed a blind concentration when it came to chess. But he'd never seen Kinzo concentrate as hard as this. It was almost as though Kinzo was telling the truth, and there would never be another chance for them to continue their contest if they didn't finish tonight. It seemed that, no matter how obstinately he called out to Kinzo, he wouldn't reach the latter's heart. Nanjo gave up and just headed to the door that Kraus was still banging on. The door of the study opened. Kraus was taken aback, thinking that maybe Kinzo was actually coming out. However, Nanjo was the one who appeared. Kraus let out a sigh of relief.
Dr. Nanjo. His father... I'm sorry I couldn't be of service. Right now, this room is Kinzo-san's whole world.
Nanjo shook his head with a completely defeated expression. Kraus raised his fist once more and banged on the door, shouting,
Father, can you hear me? We're heading down now, but please join us anytime you feel like it. All of your children are waiting for you.
His voice was very loud. He was making a racket pounding on the door. There was no way it wouldn't reach Kinzo's ears. Well, it certainly was reaching him. But he ignored it anyway. However, unlike the time he'd been called down for lunch, he didn't fly into a rage. By now, Kinzo was calm at heart, almost as though he had taken on a philosophical view and turned himself over to fate.
Neither dinner nor the faces of my children interest me in the slightest. I will only leave here if Beatrice is resurrected, or if I am chosen as a sacrifice for the key. The demon's roulette has already started spinning. What meaning does dinner have at this point?
As though the painfully loud banging on the door completely failed to enter his hearing, Kinzo silently thought about his next chess move, still in his philosophical state. Just as always, Kinzo's figure couldn't be seen anywhere in the dining hall. Kraus, wearing a bitter smile, returned with Nanjo.
Willis says he's still not feeling well. He truly regrets missing this once-a-year opportunity to sit together with his gathered family.
Eva and Rudolph sniggered. Given Kinzo's personality, there was no way he'd show signs of regret, and none of his relatives showed any regret at his absence.
Then why don't we start dinner? Gerda, begin.
Certainly. Well then, if you will allow me. When Gerda was told to start the family conference dinner, his biggest time to shine of the whole year, he nodded with a broad grin. May I ask who lent Maria an umbrella? When Rosa timidly cut through the silence of the dining hall, everyone noticed. An umbrella? What's this about? A short while back, Maria was in the rose garden when it started raining, and she apparently borrowed a white umbrella from someone. I wanted to thank them.
It wasn't one of us. After you left, we moved to a different room and had a friendly chat the whole time.
That's right. Even after that, the siblings had a real friendly chat. The word friendly fell awkwardly from Hideyoshi's lips. So even those who hadn't been present could tell the conversation hadn't been a pleasant one.
At the very least, it couldn't have been me, Eva, Rudolph, Hideyoshi-san, or Kairi-san.
We were together the whole time, even after Natsu, Ne-san, and Rosa-san left. The whole time until the meal started. Ni-san went up to the study with Genji-san to call father. At that time, the rest of us went straight to the dining hall. So it wasn't one of us. Couldn't it have been a servant kind enough to lend an umbrella? So, was it you, Goda-san? I have been in the kitchen the whole time preparing. My sincere apologies. Goda looked slightly disappointed about missing this chance to show off. At that time, Shannon and Kumasawa appeared, pushing a servant cart loaded with hors d'oeuvres. Then what about Kumasawa-san or Shannon-chan? Yes? Has something gone wrong? Because Shannon had come in part way, she shrank back, mistakenly thinking that the others were searching for the one responsible for some error. It isn't like that. And it started to rain when Maria-chan was alone in the rose garden. And after that, someone lent her an umbrella. Aunt Rosa said she wanted to thank that person. Beatrice. Maria, her mouth a thin line, said the witch's name in a small voice. Aunt Rosa explained the situation one more time. As she did, Kumasawa-san cackled. Oh, it wasn't us. Shannon-san and I were preparing the rooms together, so we did not go outside. Yes. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to be of assistance.
Preparing the rooms? What do you mean by that?
Because of the rain, we thought it would be troublesome for all the guests to return to the guest house. So the servants were ordered to prepare the guest rooms inside the mansion. Really? How thoughtful. Yes, it certainly would be rude to chase us outside in this rain.
Could you give it a rest?
Yes. After receiving the order from Madam, Kumasawa-san, Kanon-kun, and I started preparing the rooms. Then it became time for dinner, so Genji-sama ordered Kanon-kun to go to the guest house and summon the children.
Yes. So did Kanon-san find Maria on the way to the guest house and hand her the umbrella?
Wrong!
The person who had actually received the umbrella denied it. Rosa was troubled. All she wanted to do was give a word of thanks to the person who had lent the umbrella, but she couldn't find them. And she thought asking like this with everyone gathered for dinner would work immediately.
Then, was it you, Natsune-san? I'm sorry. After everyone's friendly chat, my headache was so bad that I have been resting in my room. Therefore, I did not go outside. Then who was it? George-kun and the kids? That can't be right.
No, it wasn't us. We were watching television in the guest house the whole time. Actually, we thought Maria had just gone back to the mansion with you. Then Kanon-kun came and he asked whether Maria was with us. That's when we first realized she wasn't in the mansion. I mean, if it were me, I'd have grabbed her hand and pulled her under a roof before giving her an umbrella. Rosa was completely baffled. Ooh. One by one, the relatives and the servants denied that they had done it, even though it really wasn't something anyone would need to hide. So by process of elimination, the number of remaining candidates wasn't large.
No, of course it wasn't me. Right after it began raining, I visited Kinzo-san's room and I was playing chess with him until just now.
Which means that it also wasn't grandfather. Wait a sec. Isn't this starting to get a bit weird? Who's left?
Then, who was it? Genji-san? Huh? Wait a second, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm searching for some culprit or anything. All I wanted to do, as a mother, is thank the person who gave Maria an umbrella in the middle of the rain.
Giving an umbrella to a girl loitering in the rain was something to be praised, not hidden. Despite that, no one raised their hand. Why not? Everyone started whispering about how strange this was getting. Calm down, Rosa. Why don't we just ask the person who was lent the umbrella? That's what everyone had been thinking since the beginning. They were all scratching their heads as to why she didn't just ask Maria, who had been given the umbrella. However, Rosa bit her lower lip. After all, she already knew how Maria would answer if asked. Of course. Rudolph Gunseer's got it right. Maria-chan, tell your uncle. Who lent you the umbrella?
Beatrice.
The dining hall was wrapped in silence for an instant, but it was soon interrupted by a burst of laughter.
I see. So Beatrice, the witch of the forest, felt pity and lent her an umbrella. What a lovely story. Rosa, there you have it.
Rosa couldn't believe it. Even though she just wanted to say thanks for the umbrella, why did everything have to be so clouded in smoke?
Just like Uncle Kraus said. Beatrice let me borrow it.
Isn't that wonderful? We should all be jealous of such purity. What do you think, everyone?
Kraus was laughing with a face that was clearly mocking. But Maria was overjoyed, apparently convinced that her claim was being believed. How did that work? Does that mean a witch really appeared and lent her an umbrella? Jessica asked me in a small voice that wouldn't carry over to Maria, who was sitting across from me. Has Maria ever been the type to make jokes? If we'd heard that kind of story pop out of my old bastard's mouth, we would just taken it as another joke. However, it was hard to explain it away like when Maria said that. This is getting pretty unnerving. Yes? No way. She's always been frank and serious. She's the sort to believe any joke, even ones normal people would instantly tell her lies. I've never heard of her cracking a joke. Yet Rosa probably knew that better than anyone. It appeared that because of this weird situation, she had no idea what was going on anymore. So if Maria says she borrowed an umbrella from Beatrice, that must mean it really was Beatrice? We're talking about Maria here, so I can't think of it as some kind of metaphor or joke. It might be best to take what she says at face value. Then what's going on? Are you saying Genji-san or someone put on that fancy dress from the portrait and gave Maria the umbrella? I'm not sure about that. Actually, that's what I want to know. Jessica shrugged jokingly, but her expression didn't completely match her attitude. Oh, I'm excited.
Once the hors d'oeuvres were set out and Goda showed off his vast store of knowledge, the meal began. A couple casual chats broke out here and there, but they seemed somehow distant, and the meal ended up being so quiet that you couldn't ignore the sound of the rain sneaking into the dining hall.